Every day a woman reigns. It's time to live your dreams. Nothing's gonna stop you now. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Every day a woman reigns. Every day a woman reigns.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Style with Trysh. This is the first Thursday in the month of March. And I'm so glad to be able to hang out with you guys on today. Happy, blessed Women's Month. This is Women's Month, all month of March. And so to all of my fellow sisters, I love you. Take those holidays, go on those brunches, go on those shopping trips, treat yourself and your girlfriends, and also in the area of wellness as well, not just in spending money, which we're so eloquent and so good at, but also in self-care and follow those dreams, as we always say here on Style with Trysh. I have an amazing guest lined up for you on tonight. Before I bring her on, and she's what better show to come on but for this show where we're celebrating our fellow sisters. She is none other the dynamic, beautiful Devin Barbee. I'm going to have her on here in just a few moments. I just have a few announcements to make. As you know, this whole month of February, we've been telling you that Style with Trysh season 3 is coming, and we are officially here. This coming Sunday will be our launch for season 3 of Style with Trysh. I am so excited about our guests that we're bringing for this season. Our guest on tonight will also be in this season. So we're going to talk about a lot of things, but we're going to switch it up on she comes on the show. So it won't be a repeat. It's going to be fun either show that you choose to tune in. But this is how you view our show. You can go to my website, which is trishstanley.com. Or you can go, we have a new network, which is VTV Network. It's a free app, whether you have Android or whether you have iOS, you can download the app. It is absolutely free. And you go on and you watch not just Style with Trysh, but we want that to be your number one show there, but also other broadcasts on that network. So we are so thankful for that. Again, every Sunday we're airing from at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So check it out. If you do miss it live, you can always go back and do the replay. What else do I have coming up? We have, because we're going to take a little bit of a hiatus here on Style with Trysh Live because I have so much going on. You see how I look tonight? I look like I'm walking around any kind of way, and that's okay because we got a lot going on. But we're going to be kicking off our Queen for a Day contest, which is every season, but it starts on the 13th of this month and it goes until the 9th of April. And what it is we are loving on our queens. I want you to go to my website again, trishstanley.com, fill out the contest form. All I need to know is, how are you pursuing your dream? What is your dream and how are you pursuing it? Even if it's baby steps, we want to be making steps toward pursuing our dreams. So the winner of that will receive a complete styling from my team, which is JW will style you. Gabrielle of Gift of Gab will beat your face. You'll come on and have a show where I will interview you. Will actually get all of the footage from your photo shoot, which you will have. And then I just got a confirmation this week from someone who was willing to give away $50 worth of jewelry accessories. So we're adding that to the contest as well. So if you know someone in the Atlanta area or you yourself would like to take part in this, be sure to go to the website trishstanley.com. And I think that's it for all announcements. We are ready to bring on our guests, but before we do, I also need to say thank you to Swagger Magazine for sharing this platform with us. We love you. Oh, that's another thing. Be on the lookout. We are interviewing none other than the media maven herself, Francesca Felder, aka Fancy, the CEO and founder of Swagger Magazine for this season. So make sure you check her out. I'm not going to tell you which week because I just want you to tune in every week, and we will give a prize, a nice prize, to the person who watches the episode, and I will come on here and do a trivia, and whatever question that I ask her and that you guys give me the answer on the way that she answered it, you will get that prize. So make sure you tune in to Style with Trish and tune into these lives so you can win that prize. But without further ado, we are bringing on my girl, and of course, she had to show me out tonight. I just told them how whooped I looked. None other than the
No.
realest of real, Devin
Beautifully
Barbee.
natural, boo. Hey, everybody. Wow, Trish, I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this moment just to sit down and chit chat with you. You're an amazing person and you look amazing natural. So I don't even want to hear none of that. Natural is always good in my book. You go far if you natural in my book. Okay.
Absolutely,
So you get your
absolutely.
cool
But you
points.
got it. You got it on both ends. You got the glammed up beauty and you got the natural beauty. So just real quick before I get you to go through the what, who, when, why, how, you and I met on a TV set. And it was just like as soon as we met, it was just like a instant connection in that. And that was when we were doing the news first, I believe, for the show. And and I kind of know the answer to this because you are just probably in the top 5 realest people that I know. But is that really is that how you usually connect with women? Because I know women is quote unquote your passion.
Yes. Wow, that's an amazing question. I am very organic. I'm very big on energy.
Mm,
So, naturally I want to be good to everybody, especially when I cross another woman's path, just embracing her essence or, even giving a small compliment. So I definitely always try to make sure that I'm very supportive of other women. Now with the synergy that me and you had, I mean, it started in the car. We were both in the car. It was cold.
yeah.
And I could tell our energy was just already matching. Like, okay, we're trying to get in, we want to get to work. And it was like once we got in and we started talking, it just was a flow conversation.
Yeah.
And I can't say I have that with every woman I come across with, but I never restrict or block that
Mhm,
energy. If I do connect with you, I want to, like, let's see where this goes. I'm very personable. Nowadays people give you, oh, just follow my Instagram, or
mm,
what's your email? And
mm,
I'm like, okay, if we have a connection, here's my
mm,
phone number. Here you go.
yeah.
Let's talk. Let's see where this goes for sure.
And you were really good at that too, because we followed up in that week. Because a lot of times you will be in the moment, and the moment it feels comfortable, and it feels just it's fluid. But then as the moments or the days go by, you kind of forget or get busy, whatever it is. But you were excellent in follow up, and I love that about you. What do you say about because this is a pet peeve of mine, so I want to see your take on it. How do you feel, or what is your take when women say this phrase? They're women and they say, "I don't do women. I don't have female friends," or they speak very negative about other women. What is your opinion on that? What's your take?
you know, all transparency, I was one of those women a long time ago. And it wasn't even
Hmm.
I don't do women. It was more of a, I don't fool with those women, or I don't have a lot of female friends. I'm comfortable with having
Hmm.
more male friends. That is
Hmm.
whack, played out, and just flat out horrible. I'm sorry. That is a horrible way of living. And often I like to say just the psychology of it. I'm a
Hmm.
reflection of you. So
Yes.
if you're saying I don't do women, that means you don't do yourself. So
Yes.
that
Come
means that
on.
you have a deeper rooted problem, not just with other women, complete strangers, to be honest. Because when you say I don't do women, that means you can miss opportunity, good relationship, all of that. Because you don't do women, you're not doing yourself. So that's
Hmm.
really what it goes back to. And I wasn't doing myself. I wasn't feeling myself. I was not nowhere near my friend, loving, self-love, and all that stuff. Those were just things that I spoke, but that I actually didn't act on. So as
Hmm.
I began to love myself more, I said, you know what? I want to teach other women how to love themselves. I wonder if
Mm-hmm.
there's other women out there that feel like me. So yeah, that had to get thrown away in the trash. So ladies, if that is coming out of your mouth, throw it away tonight. Throw it
Yeah.
away and don't look back, because it's you don't understand. You are talking about yourself.
Yeah, because I said the same thing. I always felt, and then, well, first, before I lead out with that, I was always told, well, you have a house, because my mother had 4 girls. And so they were like, well, you grew up with girls. So of course you feel that way. But that wasn't necessarily so, which in a sense it was, because my mother did not play. If it's with us being 4 of us, if 2 of us got in a fight and my mother found out about it, she whooped, and it was in the whooping days, she whooped the whole
Ooh,
house. She whooped the 2 that were fighting each other,
ooh wee.
the other 2 who allowed us to fight each other. So she never tolerated that. No, we're not doing that here. If no one else is going to have your back, your sisters got your back. So, and that was
Mm,
instilled. So a part of it, I guess, does come from that, but the other part of it is like you're saying, it's like when you say that, okay, well, I've had friends, and time again, I've had friends, and they've been dirty, and they've done me dirty, and they've hurt me. Well, it's time to sit back, almost like when you're selecting or you're dating a man, you need to sit back and reflect. What are you putting out there? What are you attracting to
right.
yourself? And so
Right.
it's deeper than, so whenever I hear women say, well, I don't do women, number one, I know that you've been hurt, somebody's hurt you, and number two, you have not self-reflected, you haven't really taken down what is it that I'm putting out? Why do I continue to attract this type of friendship? And it can go from relationship to friendships. And so I agree with you 100% that it's a self-reflection and it's a growth thing. And like you said, it's a self-love thing. I think
Yeah.
that is major. And that's what I love about your organization, which is titled I Am a Real Barbee. We're gonna break that down because we know your last name is Barbie, but there's also a significance to Barbie. So break down. Just let's start with the title, and then we'll break down the who's, what's, why you're doing what you're doing, who it's
Oh,
for, and all of
sure.
that. Mhm.
So I am a real Barbie is metaphoric for I am my perfect self.
Mm.
You know, being a Barbie doll, quote unquote, is considered, the perfect person,
Yeah.
especially the ones back in the day, before they
Yes.
start giving us hips and all that little stuff and
Real.
dimples. Like, does the Barbie get a BBL? Like, okay, what happened? But before that, when it was just, that was, you saw Barbies, you saw the models, the people on the magazine, all of that stuff was real when it
Yeah.
came to comparing ourselves to each other, to other women. That was
Mm-hmm.
kind of like what was installed in us raising up. So with I'm a Real Barbie is saying I am my perfect self. We all are Barbies because we're
Yeah.
all who we are. And I want to be the best version of myself. You can be the best version of yourself. If you're not already, get better. And if you better, then help somebody else get better.
That's
So
right.
that was why I called that for sure. Like I was like, I'm a real Barbie. And then yes, my last name being Barbie, I get so much, I don't know, I get good and bad feedback from that because they're like,
Okay.
oh, your name is Barbie. Oh, that's cute. No, I'm like, no, wait. Disclaimer, no. But again, there was a time where I couldn't look in the mirror and see what everybody saw. There was a
Mm-hmm.
time where I didn't see, let alone a perfect self, I didn't see any beauty or anything like that. So I had a really big thing with that.
Mm-hmm.
So now I stand tall on I am perfect being myself. And I want to pour into other women that exact same thing.
I think that's beautiful. I love the encouragement and I think that's probably where we connected because I'm like that too. I want us to work on our self-worth, our self-esteem, and it really starts with us. I think once we really conquer that, then our men, our boys, our sons will be in check. Because once we, and our definitely our girls, but I'm saying with our boys, because once we find out what we're worth, then we'll teach our sons how to live up to that.
Yeah.
Because we are the mothers of the nation. We are. But one of the things that while you were talking, that sort of, I love having you on because I get to talk about these good things. I don't get to talk about this with everybody. But think about when you were in high school. I know when I was in high school, I was considered, or I am considered a late bloomer. My high school years were not the best years for me, and there are some people who peaked in high school and just went stagnant all the way up into adulthood. But then there were some of us who were down here, for high school, and then we came up, and then late bloomers, basically. How can you encourage? And this is going to be a weird question. If it take you a minute, we can come back to it.
I like
How do
weird
you
questions. Bring it.
how do you encourage someone who peaked in high school? This is a flip. How do you encourage someone who peaked in high school and kind of flatlined out? And the reason why I'm asking this question is I understood what it was like to be the underdog in high school, but then in high school, you have so much life left in front of you.
Right.
And so there's room for growth, there's room for blooming and blossoming. But when you peaked in high school and it seems like you flatlined, I think we're dealing with the remnant of those type women today who really struggle with, and that's part of the reason why they get into their mid 30s, 40s, mid 40s, and they're wearing stuff that's inappropriate because they're screaming for the attention that they did not that they got in high school. Whereas those of us who didn't get the attention in high school, well, we knew it had to be more than, well, I won't say all of us, but some of us, we had to dwell on our personality. We had to focus on other things other than our looks in high school. And so that was a early lesson. But then there are the ones who peaked in high school, they have that lesson later in life. How do you speak and encourage and inspire the early bloomer?
So, I mean, without any prejudgment, because I
Mhm.
definitely want to stay judgment free. We're all different and we're all on our own path.
Mhm.
However, I would ask and assume that that person was a people's pleaser and,
Mhm.
they didn't put themselves first. So in
Mhm.
high school, when you're appeasing your classmates and even teachers or the principal, or you're on a
Mhm.
sport and, people are coming to the game, they're cheering you on, or they just simply know you, girl, you
Mhm.
always dress cute. You have all of this joy and friendships, but then, yeah, you get out and you're like lost kind of, and you're like you said, you're screaming for that attention. I would
Mhm.
say you still have to go back to the core of yourself. You were too worried about appeasing other people that you don't know how to appease yourself. That is
Mhm.
a void. If you
Yeah.
need attention to, or if you have to do things outside of who you truly are. Now, if that's how who you are, you can be saying, this is who I am. This is how
Right.
I like to dress and things of that nature. Okay, cool.
Right.
All
Right.
right, no judgment, to each his own. But if you're doing that for all the wrong reasons, which is trying to get attention and really
Mhm.
going out of your comfort zone on who you are, you have to learn how to appease yourself.
Mhm.
Because, in a sense, God will remove everybody from appeasing you to where you are kind of standing in that open desert. Like, I'm alone.
Mhm.
I don't know what to do. Which way do I
Mhm.
go? How do I dress? Is it me? Is it them? You start
Mhm.
comparing yourself to other people. Well, look
Mhm.
at their life and look at their life. You totally lose who you are in your path. So I
Mhm.
would say that you have to work on doing things that make you feel good, even if it is a self affirmation, even if it is a powwow in the mirror before you come, like, you got this, you look
Mhm.
good, you look beautiful. Sometimes we kind of have put that talking to yourself in the mirror in kind of like a corny, or like, you a cornball girl, ain't nobody about to be doing that. That don't do nothing. I know I
Mhm.
look good. Those are the main ones that can't look in the mirror and really
That's
say, I
right.
love you. You are
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
If you want to make changes in your life and you're getting in your late 30s, your late 40s, you're getting up there, you're getting seasoned,
Mhm.
you've been through
Mhm.
things, you've saw things. That's the time when you got to go back to the basics. Write
Mhm.
down where you want to be. You
Mhm.
have to make it make sense on paper. You're not going to sign a contract that don't make sense.
That's right.
So you have to be able to write it down. Back to the basics.
Mhm.
Sometimes we make it so difficult and so hard. Go back
Mhm.
to the basics. I'm not happy right now. And I'm
Mhm.
definitely not getting any attention. God has placed me in this kind of box or this open desert. I'm looking to my left, I'm looking to my right. I can call people, but it's not enough. I feel like something is missing. But man, back in the day when I was younger, whew, I was that girl. Yes. How challenge yourself on how you can get that feeling back,
Yeah.
but by yourself. Because then when people add on, it's an additional good
Mm,
vibe. It's an additional appeasement. It's not what your source of happiness is coming from. It's from other people. So now
yeah.
you walking around. I'll give an example that shocked me. We were having like a little couples night. We were playing this game, and it was like a questionnaire
Mm,
game. And everybody know those type of couple games can go left or right.
yes.
And
Yeah.
long story short, she said that, well, I entertain other women with my boyfriend because I don't want him to cheat on me.
Mm,
Excuse me? So you're not doing this because this is what you want to do and this is who you are.
right.
You're doing this so he does not cheat. Now I'll just leave that there. We even got to go deep into it, but
Right.
those
Right.
are the
Because we
type of
could.
things, right? We really could, right? Be a whole nother show. But you know, for that, for individuals who are suffering in that space, in that lost space, you know, where they're doing things that they don't want to do,
Mm,
potentially, or that's really not them,
mm.
exposing themselves or trying to be sexy. You can be sexy with a turtleneck
Come
on up to
on.
here,
Yes.
with baggy clothes on, whatever the case may be. But and that's again another story. But that would be what my first encouragement would be is you know, write it down who you want to be. Write down who you think you are.
Mm-hmm.
Read it.
And live in that, and be authentic in it. And one of the things that stuck out in what you were saying is the affirmations. I know we're going to get into that a little later when we start breaking down some of the areas of encouragement that you provide. Because affirmations, and you write it down, journaling. I'm huge on journaling. I've always been a journaler because I'm journalist, journaler, because I'm a songwriter. And that I don't see how people can write a song and not write it down. So I've always been a writer down of words. But only until last year did I start writing, getting kind of like what you're talking about, where I'm writing down my feelings, writing down my emotions, and then being able to go back and revisit and see your level of growth when it comes to thoughts and being stuck in your head. When you stated about not comparing yourself in the age of social media, what do you suggest that people do, especially as women? We are so hard on ourselves, whether it's physical, it could be success wise. We compare ourselves in every form or fashion there is.
Hmm.
What do you suggest when you, because we all get that, we all get into that space, and any woman who says she doesn't is a lie. I've been on I've been on this earth way too long not to know any different. And I've, like you, I've been around so many women, and we all have a place where we feel ugly. We feel I'm just not, we feel unpretty. We feel, and it's moments of that. What are your suggestions when we start getting in our headspace and comparing ourselves with others?
I think to compare yourself to another person, i.e., another woman,
Mm-hmm.
is a weakness, and you are taking away from yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I talk so much about self-love because it's so important, because it makes up who you are, and it affects your relationships, it affects your walk of life, your path, everything. And when you're comparing yourself to somebody, you know, you have to understand that, you know what, I'm in a weak stage right now.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean that that's who I am indefinitely, but right now I'm in a weak stage because I'm lacking something,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to fill it with other people, even
Mm-hmm.
if it's a relationship. Well, my friend's married, so I'm going to compare. She got married 2 years ago. I'm still not
Mm-hmm.
married. I'm not a mother, but I want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Or why she got that job? Why she got this money? Why does she have a show? Why her? You get
Mm-hmm.
compared, but it's because you're missing something, and you're yearning and searching for something. So I would suggest, for advice, you need to tap into yourself more so you can figure out not only who you are, but your path, your purpose. When you meet people who are doing better than, we'll say quote unquote better than, because
Right.
like you said, we all have some type of gray area in
Stuff.
our life. We
Yes.
all got stuff,
Yeah.
baggage, stuff, emotions. We all have it. We are human beings. We all have it. But at what point, when you start comparing yourself, if you are comparing yourself, you're not thinking about yourself. You're thinking about them. You're
There's
putting
somebody
energy
else.
into somebody that you're not. You're not them. So why
Mm-hmm.
would you even put yourself in a situation to compare or say, well, they're better than? No, that's their path. And
Yeah.
if you want better than for yourself, you need to focus on yourself and focus on your path. And you need to be asking, I need guidance. Please guide me. Please put me in the room with the people that I need to be in. Please put me on the path when I meet people. These are people that I that are going to help me be a better version of myself. Please give me clarity on what I should be doing. Help me through these hard decisions that I have to make so I can be in my path, so I can be that better than.
Yeah. I agree with that. And you spoke about love, and love in every essence of the way you describing self-love. It also places boundaries in play. It puts boundaries in place so that you have to teach people how to treat you and love you and care for you at the same time. And as I was sharing my journal, it has self-care. I have a place where I have to list something that I've done for myself to care for myself. So when I get to a place in my head where I'm comparing and not focusing more so on myself, I have to shut a lot of things off. I have to shut off social media. I have to shut, just like when you go on a diet, you know, okay, I'm getting too fat. So you got to do something to change that habit. You know, you have to do
I'm
something
doing that right now, girl.
right actively to change your frame of thinking and your focus. Like you said, you have to change the focus. And how do you do that? One of the parts of I Am a Real Barbie is that you provide affirmations. How was that birth, and where can we find affirmations? Because during this quiet time we just talked about, where you're pulling away, where you're what quote unquote taking a fast or a sabbatical, this is where you can really incorporate these affirmations.
Yes. So the self affirmations, they just launched February 2nd, and they are my baby. Yay, I'm so excited about it. Um, with the self affirmations, I found myself in a place where I had this strict morning regimen. I prayed, I gave my thanks, and then I did these self affirmations. And it would just be just like Googling on YouTube. And I realized the benefit of it for me. And it was like, at one point, I felt like a robot almost. I was like, man, this doesn't even seem like a routine. I feel like a robot, because I literally was just taking all this data in of, I am this, I am that, I am this. You can do this. You can, I was just taking it all in. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm overloading my brain right now. And are you actually living through it? Pause. Are you living through this? Are you really taking this throughout the day? Or is this just being this robotic pattern? And so eventually, once I found one affirmation, I always say consistency is key. I found one affirmation that I absolutely loved. And I said, oh, wow, this is amazing. And so over like a month or so, I would tell all my friends, like, you got it, girl, they'd call me or whatever. And I'd be like, girl, let me send you this affirmation I listen to every morning. It gets me together. And so I'm like, okay. And that got old. And I said, I've always been a firm believer. When I get poured into, I never overfill. And they say, what you mean you never overfill? I never spill over because I'm pouring into somebody else.
Yes.
I stay full, but I never spill over, because before it gets to that point, I gotta give, the next person some. So with the self affirmations, I said, I do radio, media, I've done voiceovers and things of that nature. I wonder if I did my own self affirmation and it was actually my words, and I pieced together things that I love, things that I need to hear, things that I felt we all need to hear. So I made it unisex, right? And it's so dear to me. And I think it was one of the best decisions I've ever made, especially when I got the feedback. And when I was sending it off to people and they were like, this is great. This is amazing. Wow. Is that you? That's your voice. And then I got to the reality and I was like, okay, this is now I'm walking on my purpose. Now I'm
Mm,
being that true median to be able to reach the mass, right? And
mhm,
I got those text messages back. Wow, I needed to hear this today. Wow,
mhm,
I don't know why listening to your affirmation made me so emotional. Wow, I
mhm,
fell asleep to your affirmation. So I started getting all the feedback, and it was like a natural high to me, an
mhm.
adrenaline. I'm like, this is what I do it for. Yes,
Right.
yes. And I'm very silly. So of course, if like
Mm,
one of my friends now they call me and they like, girl, and I'm like, girl, go listen to number 8. Get you together. Go listen to number 8. But the name of the self affirmation is Ready Set Goals, and it
mm,
was basically saying, are you ready to set these goals, these realistic goals? Are you ready to accomplish these goals? Are you ready to make a change?
mhm,
And that was why I named it that. Now, as far as where it's available, everywhere. If you
mhm,
Google Devin Barbee on any platform, I'm on over 100 platforms. I was distributed through New Rock Global, which I'm co-owner with my husband, and
mhm,
Rock Nation. So
mhm,
it's on over 100 platforms. You can literally look up Devin Barbee on YouTube, Amazon Music, Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere, any
mm,
type of platform where there's music, you can find it and listen to it and download it for free. Definitely not about making any residual or any money from that. It was more so me just really being able to, like I mentioned earlier, connect to the mass. But man, that's my baby, and it's so good. I like it. And I put my foot in my mouth when I had to play a couple of my own tracks. I was like, hold on, wait a minute, hold on. I'm driving in the car and I'm like, okay, you've been just like on edge all day. And I said, let me go play relax.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that was awesome. And
oftentimes you do have to encourage yourself, and so for the fact that you
yeah,
used what would encourage you and you shared that with the masses, so now we can feed off of that. But of course it's going to speak to you first because you birthed it, it came from you. So I can imagine, yeah, we all need to encourage ourselves sometimes, and I love it. I went and listened to it. I don't care remember if you texted me the link or not, and I went and
I
joined
think I
the
sent it on Instagram. I think I sent it on
on
Instagram.
Instagram, and I
Yeah.
went in and I went to YouTube. That's where I went and listened to it at, and it's so needed. It's like when I had my daughter, because my mom saw some self-esteem things in me as a teenager. I kind of wanted to jump on it with my daughter, and so from the time my daughter was little, I would tell her who she was. You're this, you're that, and
Mm,
feed that into her. And then I started seeing signs of her regurgitating the things that I had been telling her all the time from the time she was like 3 to 4. And then when she became around 14 or 15, she started regurgitating some of the things that I had been telling her since she was 2 or 3 years.
aw.
Well, it's the same effect. Whatever you feed in, whatever you allow to be fed in. I mean, we say it all the time. If you're watching TV 24/7 and everything you watch is negativity, negative, 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 guess what's going to come out of you? Negativity. And so you have to feed that into your spirits, feed that into your head and your mind, your consciousness, and
Mhm.
the result of that, what you regurgitate will be just that. Not only will it be for you, but it'll be for your sister. Even if it one particular, like you used, what was that? You said the topic you had to go back and say, okay, I need this on my car ride home. Well, the same way that came up for you in your situation, a sister might be crying next to you and going through something, and you can go back and I'm talking about all of us can go back into your affirmations and say, wait a minute, I got affirmation that fits you. That's perfect for you. So it isn't just for us, it's for our fellow sisters and fellow man. I love it. I
Yes,
love
yes.
it.
My favorite one on there is Power, and when you listen
Okay.
to it, it's affirmations of gratitude. And I had my friend. She said, "Why didn't you name this gratitude?" I said, "Because having gratitude is having power. That
Mm,
is living in you." Right. Rewind. Yes.
yeah.
That if you're focused on the things you have and you're thankful for it,
Hmm.
you are actually truly manifesting more. you're actually manifesting more. You're actually bringing in that abundance. You're actually bringing in that path and purpose. So that's why I named that power, because that's where my power lies in. Especially, I'll never forget when I was at a point where I was like, okay, I want this change. I want this change. I want this change. I want this change so bad. And I was like, every single day I'm going to do something to get this change. And, you know, it was like the 9 to 5 corporate life. Oh, I want this change. Oh, I want this change. And, you know, with me, I realized I was being so ungrateful. I was not being grateful for the job that I have. I wasn't being grateful for the financial stability I have, roof over my head, all the basic things that we wake up to every day, just waking up even, you know? So that's where I found my true power, is when I say, you know what? I do want change, but I'm going to be very thankful for what I have right now. And when I start living in that gratitude like that, everything started changing and manifesting and happening for me. So I was like, wow, okay, I get it now. I'm learning. I'm older, but I'm learning.
We get it. And when you said that, I was like, okay, we've been told that all our life. You change your mindset, you change your life. And you don't, like you said, you don't really think about it. You don't focus on it to that extent until you're actually going through it. And I guess that's what life lessons are all about. But you also, with I Am a Real Barbie, you also have events that you put on. Share a little bit about the events, and also share um who is I Am Barbie for. Let's go there first, and then also expound on the events that you have.
Okay, so I'm a real Barbie. My target audience is women. I don't think I would have the heart to turn a man away if he was coming to get it together. You know,
Right.
I wouldn't do that. But my target audience is for women, and I'm just women as a whole. We're a beautiful thing. We're very strong individuals, and so I started off doing women's expos, and that was cool because my slogan was "Not Your Ordinary Expo." And it was because I wanted to create this intimate setting. I didn't really want it to be celebrity guests on the podium. Everybody's like, "Oh, I wish I could be here. Oh, I would, dang. Oh,
Yeah.
how do I get to
Come on
that?"
now.
And
Yeah.
then, charging $150 to come. And it's like, okay, I'm trying to get to my bag. You're taking out my bag to put in your bag. And I'm trying to get my bag like your bag. It just didn't work out. So I started holding these free events or free expos and making it very intimate. I did 2 of those annually. And then I started getting into the workshops. I said a lot of my women's expos consisted of activities. One of my favorite people in the whole world is Oprah.
Oh yes.
Listen, it'd be like, you got to take a, if I see Oprah, I love me some Oprah. Thanks to my grandmother, she I literally can recall every Oprah episode. I was born in '86, y'all, so y'all can just imagine. Literally, I have photogenic memory of every episode. Thank you, Grammy. Anywho, she did an exercise where she wrote her younger self a letter.
Yes.
And when I was watching that documentary, tears, y'all, lashes falling off, tears. I'm literally like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I have to do this exercise. So that was one of the exercises I incorporated. And so I realized, I said, I'm doing so many different exercises. I had an exercise on establishing female friendships. That's funny. We talked about that earlier, where, we have to do this exercise with strangers in the room of compliments, giving compliments like, oh, when I saw you, I loved your purple shirt. I love your dress. Or, oh, wow, your skin is so pretty. We were doing things like that. So I said, I'm going to do these workshops because I can have more. And I want to do a lot of the take home activities. Sometimes you're in a setting and you feel so good, but then when you get back in the car, reality hits in. You get home, or something triggers, right? And with I'm a Real Barbie, if I had to have it on paper as far as what I represent, I work with women who deal with social anxiety and depression.
Okay.
So that would be like a medical type of hardcore. So with that being said, creating that intimate setting, it allows the women that come there to be comfortable. It allows the women to be transparent. And it's
Mhm.
a no judgment zone. I share a lot of what, my stories and things I've been through. I suffered anxiety extremely bad. I used to have anxiety attacks, and it was just not a good way of living. It
Mhm.
wasn't healthy for me at all, and I'm very thankful that I've overcome that. But some people are still living in that, and I
Mhm.
mean, I think it's just deeper than just taking medicine. So I guess I would say I would
Yeah.
take more of a holistic approach. So when I do these workshops, I'm taking a holistic approach to gathering women together who may suffer from that or just want to come, give back, learn, educate. I mean, I have all types of people come to the workshops. I've had life coaches there,
Mhm.
authors there. And one of my really good friends, Dr. Lisa, she kicked off the women's workshop, and she's an amazing person as well.
Mhm.
And just was able to tell her story. So I realized I actually created a platform for women to tell their story. So you can
Mhm.
actually tell, your story as far as something you've overcome
Mhm.
or just life changing, a way to be able to release. And
Mhm.
I think it's been beautiful each time. We definitely laugh and we eat. It's a
Mhm.
free event, and I have champagne and wine. But we also sometimes we've shed some tears too,
Yeah.
and we have people ask questions and they get real answers. So it's like real women, real situations. So
Mhm.
I love my workshop events. They're fun. I have one coming up in
Mm.
May. So you know how you got on and
Yay.
you got on and you was like, I'm on natural, and then look at Barb's. So guess what? We're having an event in May where it's called No Makeup, No Filter.
Oh, good.
Now we are gonna come pure, no makeup, no weave if possible, wig, really just coming your natural, authentic self. I got addicted
Mhm.
to a filter on Snapchat, y'all, and let me tell you. I could not snap a picture without this little funky filter. I was like, this is not gonna work. Who is she? Like, I feel like this is somebody else right now, right? So I want us to all sit around and we're gonna be in loungy clothes and we're gonna chill, we're not gonna makeup on, and we're gonna talk. And we're gonna do
Cool.
some self affirmations and we're gonna kick
Mm.
it. So
That
yeah.
sounds really, really nice and therapeutic. I mean, I think
Mhm.
there is a meme out now. Speaking of filter, when you talked about the filter, it's bad. It's so bad now that they putting filters on newborn babies. I think that's totally incomplete. We've gone way too far, way too far with that. But back to the events, it sounds very therapeutic, and it sounds like it's a safe place to where you can kind of rip off the scab, because I think a lot of us are walking around with wounds that have scabbed over, and
Mm.
and that's all we need is a safe place to rip the scab off, reveal the womb, get it all out. And then at that point, even like you said, even you got to go into the ugly cry, do whatever you need to do to get
Yes.
it out, so that it can heal internally. Most wounds heal from the inside out, you know.
Yes, they do.
And so I think that is amazing. I love, when we first met and you were telling me about the organization, and you was like, oh my God, we just have so much in common. We're almost talking and speaking to the same woman. But I think that it's imperative that we do. How do you feel about the way, okay, like currently in this country, Black women, we are the highest educated, we are the highest number of Black owned businesses, self owned businesses. um how do you feel, is I won't say how do you feel, how do you see I Am the Real Barbie going alongside those statistics? And hopefully they were statistics for a very long time. How do you see I Am the Real Barbie coincide with us being the highest sorry about that. I dropped it was me. I dropped
Okay, I'm
my
like, oh no, it froze. Okay. Okay, you said about us being the highest paid.
Okay. Are you there?
Okay, I'm there.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening with my
I
Wi-Fi.
don't know.
But yeah, we're the highest in entrepreneurs and the highest educated. How
Oh, no. Oh no, guys. It looks like she's having some connection issues. Give us a second, guys, so we can get the technical difficulties together. Hope you guys are enjoying so far.
there you go. Okay.
Yeah, you're back. I was like, give us a second, guys. I said, technical difficulties.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my Wi. I know it's storming over here, but I don't know. But at any rate,
No, I
um,
think yes, it's about to storm today and tomorrow in the A town,
yeah,
y'all.
we in ATL, y'all. Forgive me. But
Mm,
yeah, so how do you feel that I Am the Real Barbie Cohen can run alongside us being women of color who are the most educated and have the highest number of cell phone businesses?
So when I did my research, when I got into women empowerment, the statistics were just that, as far as who was running the economy, highest
Mm,
paid. And, it also gave statistics on mental health. And I
mm,
guess a lot of women, black people in our community, when you say anything about mental or therapist, some
mhm,
people just lock up, freeze up, and I'm done. Or you,
mhm,
she crazy. She said she got a therapist. She crazy, girl.
mhm, mhm.
Please end that. Throw that in the trash too with the other stuff. We just throwing stuff away tonight on the show. We just throwing that
That's
away.
right. That's right.
Because what happens is so I'm reading the statistics, and like you said, the numbers are there. The proof is in the pudding. We doing our thing.
Mhm,
As a black woman, I love being a black woman.
mhm.
However, what does it look like with wearing all those hats? What does it look like? Does it
A
cause
lot.
stress?
Yeah.
Does it cause stress? Does it
Mm,
cause you need to talk to somebody? You need to vent. We can
mhm,
talk all day about people with their, what we were talking about earlier in the show, like people who are dealing with certain things with self. But what about when you are the glue? And
mhm.
so when I was reading and researching these statistics, they were saying that women suffer a lot because we're
Yeah.
glue. We wear
Yeah.
multiple hats in the family. We keep everything together. They even gave an example about when somebody dies. You got that one
Mhm,
woman that's gonna step up and I'll
mhm,
take care of everything. I'll do this, I'll do that. And nine
mhm.
times out of 10, it's a woman.
It'll get done. Mhm,
Correct.
mhm.
So with that being said, on the high end, because I don't ever want to just be like, oh, I'm catering to just one group. On the high end, the women who are
Right.
full, like me, like you, we're full.
Mhm,
We want to pour, we want to give
mhm,
out, we want to help, we want to work within the
mhm,
community, especially the black woman community. I'm
mhm.
here for you too. So I'm a real Barbie. I'm a real Barbie, in being my perfect self, I know you guys have heard that expression. Oh, if a woman's crown is tilted, fix it. She drops it, put it back on her.
It's
All of
I
that.
don't know. Go ahead,
Huh?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I saw you freeze. I'm like, but, um, but if we have healthy minded individuals, or we have people who says, you know what, I know how to set goals. I'm in a good place right now. I am making money
Mhm,
and I'm happy. I'm in love, whatever the case may be. They're just on the high end. They're walking in purpose. I'm a Real Barbie opens up that platform on that
mm,
intimate level for, quote unquote, the high powered full women to help the women who need to be poured into.
mhm.
You know,
Mm,
I can't do it all by myself, and I'm nowhere near perfect, but I can't do it all by myself. And what I've noticed
mhm,
is that even though I'm more positive mind, I realized that helping other women was really helping me too.
mhm. Yeah.
So even if you're in that higher position and you're getting money and you have multiple businesses and you know you are doing your thing, honey. Yes, yes. You don't need, nobody to take your shine. You got it. You are here. It's nothing. Don't get so full where you start spilling over. Pass that on. So
Mhm.
with I'm a Real Barbie, we're bridging that gap. We're allowing both sides of the spectrums to come in one space. Because you got to think, the basic part of holding a workshop, you put it on Eventbrite, people are going to get tickets, even though
Mhm.
it's free. They're going to get tickets based off of, I want to do this, I want to go there.
Right. Right.
So you have a group of women coming together with the same intention. You don't want to mess with that group. That's a
Mm,
powerful, strong group. And if the
mhm.
goal is met, even if it's just one person, if you're uplifting that person, or people can walk away with that, or even venting, like, I know I'm here, I'm there, but it felt so good to just get that out. Because that's
Mhm.
something I've been holding on. Because sometimes your past will come, you bring it
To
with you. We
haunt you.
carry our past
Yeah.
sometimes like a purse.
Yeah. And even the women that are out there doing it and killing it, they still need a soft place to fall because, like you
Oh,
said,
yeah.
we're not made of iron, and it's going to be times when we're not feeling the best about ourselves and things of that nature. We need a soft place to fall, and it's like I am the real Barbie is a combination of the two, and it's a soft place for all women to fall, to be able to share and glean and support each other. That's when I read what I Am Barbie, the real Barbie is about. That's what I came away with it, is that this is a soft place for us all women to fall, to come to support.
Yeah.
Whether I feel today I'm feeling great today, and like you said, and my cup is full, and then we go in and we have a meeting and someone is on empty. Okay, well I'm feeling good today. Let me go ahead and pour some into them and help them out. That's something that I'm
You
so
you
glad we at the,
froze you
almost at the end of
froze
the
up.
broadcast. This is about to drive me
Look,
crazy.
listen, look, no, I'm about to pour some of
Yeah.
my internet into your internet. Look, I'm about to pour into your internet right now.
And I don't even know, and I'm not even sure if it's my, because I'm looking at my bars on my internet and it's fine. So I don't know if it's
You know
StreamYard.
what it really is.
Now
You
I'm
know
starting
what
to
it
think it's
really
Stream.
is. It's just this conversation is
What?
powerful. This conversation is powerful.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
messing
true.
with your internet. It's just the internet. Like,
It
woo!
sure
Did
is.
you hear that? Wow.
Say it, girl. That's what the internet's saying. But
That's
yeah,
what the
so I
internet
I
saying.
just
Come
wanted to
on, quit hating Wi-Fi.
but I thank you so much for coming in and joining me on tonight. As I said at the beginning of the broadcast, you're going to be coming on the show, Style with Trish TV
Ooh.
show, and we're going to have sit down. And as a matter of fact, I need to email you some
Okay.
time slots. So, but yeah, it was great sitting down talking to you. I like talking to you because you give it real. It's real, and it's unadulterated, and it's a wonderful, wonderful message and delivery that you give it in. I mean, it's
Um,
authentic.
oh, thank
And
you.
so we have at the bottom of the ticker, we have your website where you want to go and just go and support. And I always say this all the time. The guests I bring on, they're never asking for any monetary or anything like that. But if you just this is coming from me, she never said this, but if you
Oh,
want to support the organization, go and be a blessing, go and
oh, that's so
inspire,
sweet.
um, encourage in any way that you can. Like I said, she's not asked. She never even knew I was going
No,
to say
I
this.
fund everything. I'm blessed and I fund everything. So, because I've scraped pennies together
Oh,
sometimes
yeah,
to make it happen, but it's always happened. So yeah, that is so kind of you too. Yeah,
yeah.
thank you.
Because that's what passion looks like. Passion gonna make you grind. It's gonna make you do
Eh,
and get done. That's what it looks
correct.
like. But we also have your IG. It's I Am A Real Barbie. So if you want to connect with her there as well, I know she encouraged you guys as much as she encouraged me. I'm going to be quiet and let you close us out with anything you want to share, but definitely do not sign off without leaving some encouraging words for our sisters.
Well, great. Again, it was just an honor and a pleasure meeting you, interacting with you on your platform, and I'm definitely looking forward to our next live in person interaction. I think we are going to have a ball. Also, you mentioned earlier about donating. So I want to donate some of the Barbie Doll Beauty lashes. So if you let me know how many pairs, this is one of them. They just came out March 1st. So and I have a plethora of things I'm doing, so I don't even like to spill it all, but I definitely want to donate some lashes. So you just let me know how I can do that or meet up with you and get you those.
Thank you.
I'll leave with this. Don't be afraid to really truly know who you are and then embrace that person and love that person. Often people think I'm so crazy when I'm like, I got a side piece when I got married. And they say, you cheating? I said, I'm cheating, y'all. You cheating? Yes. Who is he? I said, it's me. So it's never too late to invest in yourself. And what I mean when I call myself a side piece is, I like certain things. One is flowers. I like flowers, and often we're like, okay, I'm waiting for my man to give me my flowers. I done already planted the seed and told him I like flowers. I done told him what kind I like. So I'm expecting him to give me these flowers. Well, no. When you're dating yourself and you become your own side piece,
Come on
I give my
now.
own self flowers when I want
Yes.
to, how often I want to, and I switch it up. I might like roses one week and lilies next week. It
Mm,
depends what mood I'm feeling like when I go in the store. Do
mm,
not be afraid to embrace that. It's okay. And I promise you that if you truly focus on loving yourself, getting to know yourself,
mm.
writing down your goals, focusing on yourself, you will truly live your best life. And everything that you want, I pray that it comes to you. So that's what I will leave with.
Absolutely. That was beautiful. I love the part where you talked about buying your own flowers. I'm like that too. I'll take myself
Mhm.
out to dinner, I'll take myself to a
Girl,
movie. And I'm like, I was always like, if I don't want to spend time with me, what make me think somebody else want to spend time with me? Come on now.
exactly. Exactly.
I can't be my own
Exactly.
good company. But that is the essence of growth, and that's the essence of, like you're saying, being able to fall in love with yourself. And I love that. I love that this program is here for that. And you know me, I thank you for the lashes. We'll probably do that for our
I got
Queen.
some for you too. I
Okay,
got some lashes for you
okay,
too. So.
okay. So we're gonna do that for the Queen of the Day. We're definitely gonna gift her with during
Great.
her makeover.
Okay.
But also just thank you for being you and for this organization. Guys, make sure if you don't know how to even get started, her affirmations are absolutely free. Absolutely free. Just let her know you're doing them. Connect with her on IG or go to her website. Let her know you're doing them. And I'll guarantee you, if you let her know you're doing them, she's gonna start a whole conversation. She gonna help.
Listen, I will.
And
I
she
will.
she will help and guide you in that direction. What better gift to give yourself this month? Our month, Women's Month.
Woo!
What better gift to give yourself? Nothing better than loving you and learning how to love you. Give back to you. This is almost in the same essence as she was saying. Let this program and this organization be the flowers you give yourself. Give it
Wow.
to yourself. It's not always about the clothes we wear. I talk about that all the time on the show. It's not about the clothes you wear and how much it costs and always being the bad, you know what? It's not always about that. You can't be bad, too bad until you're bad on the inside. And that
Say it
flows
again.
on the outside. And it don't matter if you got
Mm.
on Payless shoes or if you got on some Louboutins. You be
Hey.
bad. It don't matter. But thank you so much. I'll call you Barbie. I know
Yes,
it's Devin.
that's fine.
I'll
That's
call you
fine.
Barbie. Thank you so much, Barbie, for hanging out with us. Guys, do not forget to go
Thank
to
you.
I have on there devinbarbee.com. Is that that's
Yeah,
the
that
website?
I have devinbarbee.com, barbie.booty.com. I am a real Barbie, the real Barbie. You can connect me,
Okay.
or you can just Google Devin Barbie and it shows everything too.
Yes, just Google her, Devin Barbee, and that's
Google.
2 E. It's Barbee. But well, thank you. Y'all got to tune in when she come on the show. We're gonna cut a food, but that's all right.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Swagger Magazine, for allowing us to share this platform. Guys, don't forget Sunday is the launch of season 3 of Style with Trysh. Make sure you go on BTV app, trishstanley.com, or you can even go to YouTube and check us out. We love you. We love you. Love you. I never leave a broadcast without saying this. Love isn't love unless you give it away. Give some love away today.
Ooh. All
Love you
right.
all.
Bye.
Take care.